Okay, so check this out. These are the upsides of being transgender, or why being trans rocks, okay? So we learn at a young age the art of self-preservation, which most people don't learn. We know what to say when not to say, where to be, where not to be, exactly who we can hang out with, who we shouldn't, what we should be doing, and all these other things that most people don't have to deal with. We pretty much know what to hide and when, and all these things, which I think the majority of people actually learn at a very later age, and we have to learn this because it's a necessity for survival. So we actually learn the art of self-preservation. We also get to see how the other side functions, meaning men. I was always the undercover girl. Basically, I was the girl who always heard the men speak about women, and I knew how they thought of women, how they treated them. I heard all the stories that they would never say in front of women, and it was really funny to see the dynamics, sometimes anyways, because when women would come around, they would clean up their act and speak differently around them and be differently around women. So I knew, I could see, and I know when guys are putting on a front. So we are a front. So we are able to understand like these differences more so than an average woman, because we have been around men and have experienced them so often. And many times we can become more understanding and tolerant of others. And the reason why I say this is because we have gone through so much pain. When we see somebody else going through pain, we kind of get it and we really feel for them. We're not just kind of like what guys do, like, well, suck it up, get over it. Because most guys actually kind of have that attitude, pick up your feet and keep going. A little child runs across a door threshold and skins his knee, like falls down. The guy's more like, get up, walk it off. And we're like, oh, come here, let's fix that. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that hurts. And we kiss the boo-boo. But like, guys just don't do that. So, so we become more understanding and tolerant of others through our opposition, basically. And as we transition, we take nothing for granted that regular cisgender females or born females do. And the reason why is because we lived without it. And so all the little nuances, all the little things that regular girls just don't think about because they've had them since they were little, we actually look at them and take joy in them. The simple thing of being called ma'am instead of sir actually is a very joyous occasion for many of us. And just the idea of being seen as a woman and having a door held open for us is a huge thing when other women just don't care. So that's another thing. And then we understand a whole new spectrum of life that many people will never get. We understand that in life, it's not just black and white, or white and black. It doesn't matter. It's that there's every shade in between, and that we know this and understand this because we happen to be that shade. We are somewhere in between on the spectrum of life, and because of that, we become more understanding. So and we many times value our bodies more than cisgender people after transition. And we find this is kind of hard before transition, but after transition, we really take care of our bodies. We eat right. We try to keep our weight down. We try to look as beautiful as possible. We really do everything we possibly can to make a very beautiful female. And I've heard a lot of straight guys say this in interviews on YouTube, actually, of that trans girls tend to take care of themselves better than regular girls. I don't think that's off. We try to do the very best we can. And so, in a conclusion, being trans rocks because we become strong through our adversity. And the reason why I say this is you cannot work out a muscle. Come on. You cannot work out a muscle day after day after day and not have it get stronger. Okay, because you're meeting resistance, you become a stronger and different individual. You become, through adversity, literally molded into a person who is more understanding, who is more strong, who can actually get more accomplished. I'm not saying you're superhuman or anything like that, but I am saying that you can't go through all these things and just be an average person. You are above average and you're pretty dang special. So, in conclusion, super conclusion, being trans really does rock.